How's it going, everybody? It's Sean here, and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the New Balance 5740 in the white and multicolor colorway. If you're even remotely interested in sneakers these days, and I'm guessing you are because you're watching my channel, chances are you know how big of a problem fake sneakers are. So CheckCheck is a leading mobile app that authenticates your sneakers, so it helps make sure you're not getting burned by buying a pair on the secondary market, for example on Facebook, which is something I do pretty often, and it just gives you that comfort that your pairs are legit. So the app is very straightforward, very user-friendly, and you can download it for yourself through that link below in the description box. So here's a look at the app's interface. So like it says right at the top, get your sneakers legit checked. Underneath this, you can see some of the popular brands that people legit check like Jordan, Nike, and Yeezy. And then below this, you can see some other YouTubers that actually use this app as well, including Blake Linder, Harrison Neville, and Seth Fowler. And then the part I thought was the most interesting was right below this, where it shows you real-time examples from actual people just like me who have submitted their own pictures for legit checking, and it's actually pretty amazing to see some of the pairs that didn't pass the test. So I went ahead and submitted my own photos just to see how the process would work and how fast the turnaround time is. So all you gotta do is click that new check button at the bottom. And in my case, I'm legit checking a pair of the Shadow 2.0 Air Jordan 1s. So you click Air Jordan, and right at the top you have Air Jordan 1, and then they give you a set criteria of photos that you need to show them in order for them to do their checks. And if you're not exactly sure what they mean, they show you examples directly on this page as well. So in my case, I already took photos of these, so they're stored on my phone. So you can see, for example, they're asking for like the side profile of the shoe, the inside label, the back of the insole, the actual stitching that's underneath the insole, photos of the box and the box lid, and then some other additional photos I chose to include, for example, the tongue label and the bottom outsole. And then you can pick the turnaround time. So they offer you 30 minutes if you want to spend 3 credits, 4 hours turnaround time if you want to spend 2 credits, or 12 hours if you just want to spend 1 credit. So for the purpose of this video, because I wanted a faster turnaround time, I chose the 30-minute option, and then just like that, the request is submitted, and then it's just a matter of waiting. So you can go into your profile on the app and it shows you all your legit check shoes. And in my case, even though I submitted for a 30-minute turnaround time, within about 15 minutes, the app got back to me. I got a pop-up notification on my phone saying that my submission was checked and the result was a pass. And a great thing they do is they give you a reference number as well. So in case you ever want to trade or sell your shoe, you can always tie it back to this reference number to show that other party or the buyer that your shoes are legitimate. So like I said, all in all, it's just a very simple, straightforward process, and it's definitely an app I recommend you guys use, especially if you're gonna be buying a lot of pairs on the secondary market. So be sure to download the app, links are down below, and you'll see a custom code down below. If you use that, you'll get 1 free legit check as well. So jumping back to the shoes, this is the New Balance 5740, and if you haven't seen my previous review of the Grade A colorway, I'll also link that video down below. This colorway, however, was the very first debut colorway of this model. It released back in January of this year for a price of $120 US or $150 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is Munsell White and Vivid Cactus, and the style code is M5740LA. So for me, my initial thoughts when I saw this colorway back in January was it really reminds me of the old school Apple computer logo. And I don't know if it's officially supposed to be tied to Apple, but it definitely has that same sort of retro feel and color scheme. So the New Balance 5740, for those that don't know, is a reinvented take on the classic 574 model. According to New Balance, it's supposed to be 80s meets 90s, but like I said in my previous video, I feel like the design of the 5740 fits perfectly with today's day and age. Diving straight into the details, on the toe box, this is covered in this white colored mesh, and we have these hits of reflective silver 3M surrounding the outer edges. Wrapping around the front toe box, we have this very soft, smooth white colored leather, and there's an additional overlay of this white leather on the sides. This white leather covers the eyelets area of the shoe as well, and overlaid on top of the mid panel, we have this oversized New Balance N logo, which is done in this white colored suede with this backing of reflective silver 3M. Next to this, surrounding the top ankle collar area, we have this white colored mesh, along with more of that silver 3M and white leather, and then hugging the back heel, we have this orange colored suede. And underneath this, in the middle, we have another hit of reflective 3M, along with this green colored reflective 3M at the top. Surrounding the bottom of the back heel, we have this orange colored TPU heel clip, which gives you added structure and stability for the back end of the shoe. For the laces, these come with these flat white colored laces, and underneath this, the tongue is constructed out of a white colored mesh, and at the very top, we have this tag with a New Balance logo done in this multicolor finish, and on the back side of the tongue, it reads the Intelligent Choice 5740. Taking with the insoles, these come with your standard black colored foam insole, and we have the New Balance logo stamped on the heel in white. So the upper of the shoe sits atop this very chunky midsole. So the bottom layer of foam is done in this off-white, vintage-looking yellowed color. And then above this, the foam that wraps up and onto the sides of the shoe. This is done in a combination of purple, blue, and red. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your outsole, which is entirely constructed out of a black colored rubber. We have a very unique looking traction pattern that runs from heel to toe, and on the back heel we have the New Balance logo. For those wondering how these fit, so I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and for New Balance shoes I usually get between a 9.5 or a 10. So for the grade A model, I grabbed those in a 9.5 and they fit me great, so I tried the same for this pair. And I don't know if it's just an inconsistency with the manufacturing process, but for some reason I felt like this one ran a little bit shorter in length compared to the grade A's. The width on the shoe was perfectly fine. I had no issues being a slightly wide footer, but sometimes my toes hitting the top of the shoe, which was a little bit uncomfortable. It wasn't that short that my toe was just being jammed at the front, but it was enough that I could notice it. So again, I'm not sure if this is limited to my pair, because the grade A pair fit me great going half size down, but for anyone that has this colorway, let me know down below if you guys felt the same. Next up in terms of comfort, so overall this model is decently comfortable, but it's not anything groundbreaking. I'm not sure exactly what sort of foam it is, but it feels pretty standard, and to me it gave me a decent level of cushioning and softness, but not too much. But for just an everyday casual use shoe, it's gonna feel perfectly fine. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship, to be honest, this being a made in China pair, not your typical made in US or made in UK pair, I was surprised to see that the quality on this pair was equally as good as the grade A pair as well. So I guess it wasn't an exception or a fluke that the grade A pair had decent quality materials. This one also had very good quality leather too. However, while the material quality was pretty good, I felt like the craftsmanship on this pair wasn't the best. There was a lot of visible glue stains throughout, and the paint job, especially on this midsole, wasn't the best. With all that being said, now let's lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. When images of this shoe first dropped back in January, this white colorway definitely caught my eye, but I guess I had to wait for the grade A pair to finally be convinced that I'm a fan of the 5740s. I don't know what it is about this colorway. I think this being predominantly white, it has overall just a very clean look to it, and like I said from the start, I really love that retro Apple computer vibe it has. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this white and multicolor New Balance 5740. What are your overall thoughts on the model in general, and what are your thoughts on this colorway specifically? I know this colorway is sitting in a lot of shops that carry these, and I wouldn't be surprised if you're able to grab these for below retail. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check out my Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So before I end this video, another huge shout out goes out to CheckCheck app for sponsoring today's video. Again, be sure to download their app, links are down below, and be sure to use that custom code to get one free legit check for yourselves. So until next time, thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.